What's up, Mixed Reactions? It is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. I'm here with Justin, Casey, and Josh. Nick's not going to be joining us for the second part. And we've already talked a lot of NFL in part one, so we're going to get on to part two. Before we do get started, hey Josh, I know when you came out here, we went to Mom L to get some liquor. Earlier this week, it might have come across your guys' ESPN app. There was actually a football player from their high school team. He had a 2 foot long cottonmouth snake inside of his helmet and practiced for like 2 hours before he realized it was
I heard about
it was in
I
there.
actually did not hear about this. That's crazy.
Yeah, it
that.
came across. It said
Insane.
Arkansas, and I was like, "Mom, Mel." Like, that's yeah. Apparently, he practiced for 2 hours. That's some scary shit, man. But I mean, to be honest, I was telling somebody the other day, just like being attacked by a bear. Nobody wants to die, man. It's inevitable. Knock on wood. Like, I don't want to leave everybody, but to be the how did he die? He got attacked by a bear. He got bit by a viper. I mean,
A viper. That's crazy too. Just seeing the word viper on that like ESPN headline,
you
I'm
know,
like, I
after
only
living
know.
here, I don't like names like the Carolina Hurricanes. Or no, not the
Yeah,
hurricanes, like the like names that have to do with natural disasters. The shit's really scary. Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, man, I mean part two, we talked a little bit about Russell Westbrook earlier. Royce White, Enos Cancer declaring for the WNBA. Anything else sports wise? Red Sox are fucking. Did they lose again last night, Justin?
They lost again last night, fourth straight. And here's the thing: every team in baseball loses 4 games in a row every now and then.
That's five now at this point.
Well, that was four. Last time was four.
Okay.
But I'm not hitting the panic button. I mean, right now it's house money. I didn't expect them to even do this much.
They were gonna finish in last place, and they just.
Took off, and right now
Mhm.
they're tied 1-1 in the sixth inning. So no big deal.
Who are they
Whatever.
playing? Oakland?
Toronto.
Oh, right, Toronto. Yeah, they played Oakland
Wait,
over.
they're
Or
not Oakland anymore though, right?
it's
No, they're Sacramento.
They actually have no city affiliation. If you look up the standings, it just says athletics. But they're playing in Sacramento, correct?
Gotcha.
So with the retirement of Russell Westbrook, he enters a very select few category of players. The likes of a Dan Marino, the likes of a Charles Barkley, and it's just great players who never won a title.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it's a sad reality for a player who, especially during his prime, was as electric and as fun to watch as Russell Westbrook was. I mean, he averaged a triple double with it 3 separate times in his
Three
career.
seasons in a row, I think.
Like
Yeah,
that.
some. If it wasn't 3 seasons in a row, it was definitely 3 times during because he did it. I think the last time he did it was the year when after he got traded from the Rockets to the Wizards, and everybody was like, "Oh, well, I mean, like Wizards aren't going to be shit, even though Russ is still pretty good." And he like dragged their ass to the playoffs, and he was good for a while, but once he got to my Lakers, that I will I have very passionate opinions about. It just went downhill, but he was in at his prime. One of them, I was telling my nephew Russ is probably for my generation. Like I said, I'm 28. Russ is probably like my one of my top 10 favorite players that I like watched growing up. So Russ is definitely up there for me.
Yeah, no, Russell Westbrook is a special, special player. I mean, he's going to go down as a top 15 point guard of all time, I would say.
That's
I would
fair.
say so.
15, top
Yeah.
15 is a fair estimate.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're the top 15, top 20, whatever you want to call it, at your position in the NBA, you're obviously an all time great. He
Mm-hmm.
absolutely deserves to be on the 75 all time great players list. I think that championship really eluded him, unfortunately. Had he won one with OKC back in 2011 when they lost to LeBron in the Heat, his career might be in a different stratosphere than we're talking now.
Yeah.
The ring league players really seems to be the make it or break it case. Obviously, as you guys know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is very friendly to people. Russell Westbrook's going to be a
He's
first ballot
in.
Hall
He
of
he
Fame.
he could have been in even before he retired.
Hmm
There's
Mm-hmm.
no question about it. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer. I think the one area of Russell Westbrook that I wish he would have improved on throughout the course of his career was just his jump shot. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a
Mm-hmm.
he was great defender. His ball handling was passable. It wasn't the greatest, but just an athletic specimen of a player, decently high ball IQ, okay passer, not the flashiest, not the greatest, but he was definitely, you
Serviceable.
know, serviceable for an NBA point guard for sure. I just wish he would have
Yeah,
improved on shot.
Yeah, and it was the
yeah,
two.
like and
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, sorry, like just
You're good.
um the fact that he had multiple seasons where he averaged a triple double. I think that just kind of I saw like the ESPN notification, like an ESPN notification about it was saying that he like sort of like revived the triple double in a way, and that is kind of a unique way to look at it too, because you could sort of compare him to like a guy from his era as well, like Derrick Rose, who obviously his career was robbed because of injuries and whatnot. Another one of my like favorites from when I was younger. Um, but Russ was like minus from like his shooting and his consistent jump shot and being a threat to shoot the ball really. Um, he was almost like a whole offensive like system in himself, sort of being
Yeah,
able to do all that like at that point guard position with the athlete like just because I feel like the typical point guard. I mean, I feel like nowadays everybody could dunk and finish pretty decently and whatnot. But for us to make that his style of play and make that what he was known for, sort of like evolve the game. Obviously, not to the like degree of Steph, changing the game from the 3 point line and everything like that. But that Russell Westbrook athletic point guard archetype, like definitely influenced that era of basketball. I feel like I said, D Rose
yeah.
coming up at the same time as him. You had Russ. Um,
Wait,
who was
what'd you
that?
say?
Brandon Roy.
Brandon
Jeff
Roy. That's
Teague.
another. Yeah, Jeff Teague was a shooter too, but like Russ, and I think the bigger what if you mentioned the Heat, not the baby Thunder going up against the mighty pissed off Heatles after they lost to the underdog Dallas the year before. I don't know, like they were great and everything. I don't know if they should have been like. I think they needed that loss, and that loss in that final series propelled them to being the great team that they were over the next few years. The real what if is what if Game Six Clay doesn't happen in 2016, they blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors in the conference
Yeah, so
finals.
they had the Warriors on the ropes 3-1, and then Game Six Clay happened, and
Yeah.
obviously we know what happened in Game Seven in Golden State as well. Um,
Uh-huh.
Now Justin brought up a player that is just he's right here to me, my man. I don't know if you've ever been on the show with us,
Why are you
Josh.
going, Brandon Roy, Brandon Roy.
I am a stan of Brandon Roy. He is one of my all-time favorite players. And that is a player who truly got robbed of greatness due to injury, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think also it was the 26th yeah, it was 3 seasons in a row Westbrook averaged a triple double. The first one was 2016-17, the last one was 2018-19. Yeah, Brandon Roy definitely, I mean, he was going to be top 5 shooting guard of all time if he didn't get cut short by injury. But Greg Oden is another guy, man. When he played, he wasn't bad. He just
Those Blazers,
Never
those
saw the
Blazers,
court. That's half the problem.
those Blazers should have been really good, right, Ian? Like if you're talking about Greg Oden and Brandon Roy, they just got so unlucky because then
Rudy Fernandez, Batum, Andre
they had
Miller.
a young LaMarcus Aldridge too. Like
Mhm.
they could was he Kevin Durant's teammate at Texas, or was he like a year before or something?
I want to say after. I don't think he was teammates with Durant. 'Cause I think no, I don't think he
I
was
think he was
teammates.
after. I think Durant was after him.
No,
Okay,
Durant was before, or I might be
like
wrong.
Aldridge
No,
like 06 or something, right? And Brandon Roy was like 05. Their draft picks,
yeah.
maybe.
Oh, you're talking about Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't talking about LaMarcus Aldridge. No.
Brandon Roy was before Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon Roy was. Wait, let me see. What
Yeah,
year was? Because Brandon Roy played in college with Nate Robinson. I think I want to say it was '06. Yeah, it was '06. So he was a year before Durant.
Because
yeah,
Durant came in the league the last year the Sonics were in existence and they moved to.
uh-huh.
Well, Brandon Roy
Yeah.
technically got drafted in Minnesota and then got traded to Portland.
Yeah.
So those Blazers, so like yeah, and I know I like they kind of gave they make the playoffs and face the Lakers one of those years that the Lakers won the championship or no?
The
Or
Blazers, no.
they
No.
were in the mix sort of, right? They were a good like young team that were making the playoffs though, weren't they?
Yes.
Brandon Roy hit well, no, Lillard hit 2 buzzer beaters, but no, they won a playoff series,
I
I
think they won
think.
a series, I want to say, against San Antonio, I think.
Think you might
Maybe
be
it was
right.
Phoenix.
They didn't make a conference finals with Brandon
No,
Roy. I know
no,
that.
no. They only made it as far as the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Now,
but yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Casey.
no, you're fine. You're fine. If we're talking hoops, I think we have to. Justin and I have to discuss the elephant in the room when it comes to talking hoops right now. And there's two things here, guys. There's two things at play here. One of them is not really being talked about a lot, but there's a strong possibility it may happen. And so that first thing that I want to discuss, of course, Jaylen Brown going to Philadelphia. I
Trader, trader.
I won't call it a trader because it wasn't a free agency. You know, he got traded.
It wasn't a free agency move, so that's fair.
Yeah.
But as much of love as I had for Jaylen Brown, obviously he was the Finals MVP just 2 years ago. I will never root for a player that puts on a Philadelphia uniform in any sport. That and also includes LeBron, and I've loved LeBron since he came into the league.
He's the
I hope he has.
king.
I hope he has the worst
I
year of his
think it's
career.
almost like Brad Stevens gave a giant fuck you to Jaylen Brown in trading him to Philadelphia. Jaylen Brown at the end of last season was saying, "It's my favorite season of my career. I was the number one for the majority of the year, and I want to keep doing that."
He's not going to be the number one in Philly.
Yeah.
That's my point. Brad Stevens, again, I can't fathom to why Philly of all teams, but he trades into Philly, who, granted, without LeBron coming in there, he's arguably no better than the number 2 option.
Yeah, him and Maxey are kind of here, I think. He's a little bit above Maxey, I think, but like it's kind of close.
No, I think they're interchangeable, but I see your point, Justin.
But you can also argue that Embiid is still the number 1 option for Philly when he's healthy.
Yeah.
I think Boston overall made the right decision to trade Jaylen Brown because eventually it just wasn't going to work out with Brown
It
and
was an
Tatum.
untenable situation no matter which way you spun it. But of all teams to trade him to, why Philly?
No, I agree. But obviously, like I said, they had to trade one of the two players. And as much as I like Jaylen Brown, as much as he did for Boston, Jason Tatum's a better player. You had to keep Jason Tatum. I think that was the obvious choice.
Tatum was obvious.
And they made that obvious.
Too. But the funny part is you trade Jaylen Brown to Philly, who is he's not going to be the number 1 option there. And then LeBron James comes in there, and he's definitely not going to be the number 1 option there until LeBron James retires or Maxey gets traded.
I think with LeBron getting there now, scoring wise and offense wise, I think the priority should still be Jaylen Brown getting his looks because LeBron showed last year that LeBron was okay with kind of taking a little bit of backseat to Luka and Austin Reeves in the short time that they were all healthy. But LeBron, I think he's going to be asked to do the least he's ever been asked to do offensively in his whole career. I think that he's just got to set the table because he still has that steel trap of a mind of basketball IQ. He's going to be able to find all these guys too because Jaylen Brown is still in his prime.
They released the Christmas Day schedule. If I'm not too much mistaken, don't they have Philly playing the Lakers on Christmas?
They do. Probably going to be LeBron's first game back in LA. I'm excited
for that. Dad against his son, and LeBron's going to torch his son's ass.
It's going to be crazy. If Bronny's getting any minutes, JJ Redick might put Bronny in so they could have that moment shared on the court together. But and
hang on, time out. Now that we're talking about the Lakers for half a second, they just got bought by the Trump family and Disney.
I saw that. Kushner and Bob Iger. Well, I saw someone said that Disney owning 80% of ESPN, maybe that and media conspiracy theories, whatever it may be, maybe that means Luka will get some MVP votes from the media. We'll see. I'd love to see my guy Luka get an MVP.
Real quick, I want to touch on two things. Because we were talking about LeBron and Josh, I want to go back to one thing that you said because something stuck out in my mind right when you said it. And this is the least amount LeBron's going to have to do offensively pretty much his entire career. And I fully agree with that. I think what we need to watch out for if we're talking about everyone stays healthy, everything goes the way that it should. LeBron might have his career high in assists this season.
Oh, I don't think
Like
that'd be.
average total
I
assists.
think he's going to probably average about 15 a game.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And then
crazy.
the next thing that I want to touch on is I'm not sure if you guys have heard the rumblings of this. It's not very big right now, but it is developing, and the rumbles are getting stronger every day. And that's a possibility of Steph Curry getting traded to Boston.
Wow, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anything about
I
that
I
actually.
I don't know if I heard specifically Boston. I've heard that mentioned a little bit, but the Warriors situation is kind of interesting. Now, the Lakers' first game of the season against the Warriors, which I think is doesn't mean they're. I feel like the NBA is really trying to milk Lakers Warriors still, even though when they were doing that, it was because of the history between LeBron and Steph. That's not there anymore. LeBron's not there anymore, and the Lakers are clearly in a better position than the Warriors are as far as this season and beyond. The Warriors are kind of in a state of flux where they probably should be starting to reset really and rebuild. Jimmy Butler's gonna miss damn near the whole season probably. Steph is still doing Steph shit, and he's very exciting to watch. But they brought Draymond Green. They didn't do anything except re-sign Draymond Green and draft Yaxel Endenborg. So I think for Steph and what he means to the game and the Warriors, like from a historical perspective, Steph's in a very interesting perspective. Steph can still, I think, probably be the best team or the best player on a contending team, on like a championship level team. Now,
The
him going
Warriors
to
aren't
Boston,
that team.
what's that?
The Warriors aren't that team, though. They're not built to win a
No,
championship right now.
exactly.
And the
And
Western Conference is too strong for the Warriors to hang with them.
yeah, for sure. The Warriors could be, they might go back to that playing again, but like Steph deserves to be playing for more at this point in his career. And hey, more power to the Warriors if they want to reset and rebuild and stuff like that. But freaking signing Draymond on like a 1 year and $28 million deal or some shit, like that's not going to help you in terms of resetting and rebuilding and getting ready for life after Steph. So that would make it interesting. Hypothetically, if Steph did go somewhere like Boston, that would make the East even crazier and even more competitive. And that would be
You guys
super
think that
interesting.
would change the landscape in the East? Like, obviously, right now, if you put it on paper, probably Philly's the favorite, right? But if you throw Steph Curry into the Celtics roster, would you have the Celtics? Would you have the Sixers? You still have the Knicks? Where would you put those three? They'd be the top three heavy dogs in the East for sure. How would you
Mm-hmm.
rank them if Steph Curry goes
For
to
the top three
Boston?
dogs in the East anyway.
Who's that? The Celtics?
The top three dogs in the East right in the Eastern Conference are
Oh
still
yeah,
Philly, New York, Philly, and the Knicks and the Celtics.
I think so
You can make an
too.
argument
Yeah,
for Cleveland. You can make an argument for Cleveland.
yeah. It'll
You can make
be. I think.
you can make an argument, but I think they're top four.
Yeah, I
Miami's
think
gutted
that.
themselves too much to make Giannis even worth their while, in my opinion.
Oh, I think so too. Like I got to see how that works. They're still going to be good, but they just need to. Their younger guys got to like step up. Tyler Hero was who you were going to have to trade in order to get Giannis. That makes sense, but they lost. Like I thought, Khalil Ware and Bam were going to be like the future. Well, yeah, they were going to like Khalil Ware was going to keep developing. Jaime Jaquez has always been like a really good rotation piece. Shit, they sent out that Yaku Shonas guy like who was like the Heat are so good at developing players, and they sent out a whole. It's not a very Miami Heat thing to do to go and other than
They
like when they
mortgaged
acquired
they mortgaged their future for one player who's got maybe 3 years left in him, in my opinion.
Oh, Giannis.
in his prime,
Yes.
3 more prime years left. Yeah, so
But I mean,
No,
yeah, they made a joke like the bench was like DJ Khaled and like some other
Rick
young
Ross
guy.
coming off the bench at power forward.
here's the thing when it comes to Steph, say if he did go to Boston, right? Obviously, Joe Mazzulla has designed the Celtics to live and die by the three. Obviously, it worked the year they won the title. They had the best defense in the league that year, of course, but also hit threes at an astronomical rate. When you add a shooter in with the likes of Steph Curry, the type of offensive system that Joe Mazzulla likes to run, I could easily foresee that making Boston the front runners in the East because of the offensive style that Steph Curry would be involved with. It would be obviously he
Mm-hmm.
had Klay Thompson and Durant, so it wouldn't be like he's never had an offense that could shoot like that before because he has. But this would be the perfect offensive system for Steph to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And with the great coaching of Joe Mazzulla, like he's just such a he's one of the next great coaches in the league, like for this coming era. I feel like. And do you think that Jason Tatum, like we know Clay, top three shooter of all time, top three, top four shooter of all time at his peak and everything? Do you think that hypothetically, Steph going to Boston, do you think Jason Tatum would be the best player that Steph's ever played alongside?
No, because he's played with Kevin
Oh,
Durant.
Kevin Durant. I totally forgot about KD. I try to block I try to block those fucking years out. But yeah, like well, it would be
Missoula's
similar. I
spread
mean,
five offense just bugs the hell out of me. Not that it's not effective, but if
mhm.
you're not hitting them, you suck.
Yeah, you're cooked. The Sixers came back from down 3-1. Joel Embiid came back and he fucking dominated them because they didn't have an answer for him.
Yeah, and obviously with the Mitchell Robinson signing, I like that because that does give him some good defensive interior. Mitchell Robinson
A
obviously
good real
can't play.
big.
Yeah, he can't play a lick of offense, but I do like the development I saw from Neemias Queta last year. He's just not big enough yet. You know what I mean?
He's going to put on another 20 pounds.
He's got this athleticism. He's got decent post moves for a big man, but he just wasn't strong enough to hang with Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embiid, Drummond too, right? Wasn't Drummond there too?
Yeah,
Yep.
And I
There's a guy
told you
who's
guys that
able.
was going to be the reason the Sixers won the series. I honestly didn't think they were going to have that hard of a time holding Embiid, but yeah, man. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, they got Mitchell Robinson. That's a good addition. I mean, he's at
He
least going
was
to be blocking some shots for you
Yeah,
guys.
he was important. He played an important role for the Knicks just because Cat is not the bang and like super physical big down low. He's a shooting offensive big and
yeah.
stuff. But
He's a
so
tough
that's why
five.
that was a
You,
great role for Mitchell Robinson to play, and he played his role perfectly. And I think the Knicks probably still would have won the chip without him. But like they definitely made it hard on Wemby in that series. That was the most adversity Wemby's faced, the most competition from a big that Wemby's faced in a playoff series, and that was his first ever year in the playoffs. So he's only going to get better and stronger, which is terrifying. But like
You can
that was
guarantee defenses are going to play a hack and Mitch every single freaking night because Mitchell Robinson can't hit free throws to save
I
his
was just
life.
going to say that you can't have him. Yeah, I was just going to say what Justin said. You can't have him on the floor at the end of the game. He can't shoot free throws.
yeah.
Maybe Missoula will have him in the gym 10 hours a day doing nothing but shooting free throws.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
going
Yeah,
to
that
ask
Missoula's a
for
dude.
his phone.
psycho. Missoula's a psycho.
Oh man, he gets that shit. If he makes two, like that's how Shaq was. Like when he makes two, it's a highlight on SportsCenter. Like
Yeah,
he shot
Did
like no
Shaq ever
Ben
hit a
Sim.
three in his? Did Shaq ever hit a three in his career?
one.
Yeah, I
One.
think it was like hold on, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons that one playoff. Let me see. I'm trying to look it up. He shot like I mean it was laughable. He shot well fuck, I can't find it. I'm trying to find that one well in the field in his career in the playoffs, it's actually 57%. And let me see, free throw. Oh, free throw shooting
Are you talking
percentage.
about the
My bad.
Atlanta series?
Huh?
Are you talking about the Atlanta series for Ben Simmons?
Yeah, or yeah, let me see. Ben Simmons.
Where he actually hit a three-point shot in like the first time in his career.
No, we're talking about his free throw percentage, and I think he's referring to a series, and I think he's talking about against the Hawks.
He
Let's
shot
see.
58.1%. I don't even remember him shooting that good. Maybe it was a different oh wait, oh no, no, sorry, that was his career. Hold on. Ben Simmons. Okay, there we go. Ben Simmons. How poorly did Ben Simmons
Poorly.
shoot
To quote
versus
Indiana, to quote Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, he shot poorly.
he shot 33% over 7 games, 15 of 45.
Oh no,
Hey,
that's
point
terrible.
guard.
That's bad.
That's bad
That's
for
really
Shaq.
bad.
What did Colin Coward say? LeBron, we're
He
good.
said, "Move over, LeBron."
Ben
Yeah.
Simmons is here now.
He said, we're
That,
good, bro." I think is what he
that
said.
was by far Colin Cowherd's worst take ever.
Mm-hmm.
They
Ever.
asked him about it on like one of the podcasts. I think it was Jeff Teague's podcast. He was like, "Yeah." He was like, I think he
No,
said
no.
like it was a long day or something like that.
So, boys, what do you say we get into the question? I don't think Josh has ever been here for the question.
He is not.
The question. I'm
It's
intrigued.
when we talk about our experiences at summer camp.
Oh, no.
And we don't need to know about that one time at band camp. We already
With the
know.
flu. We already know about the
And
flu.
we don't need to know why you kept going back either, Ian.
But pretty much the question is one of us comes up with a question, and it's not usually related to anything current. And then and yeah, we just go in and we all answer it. And I think when did I send this link? I think the timer hasn't come on yet, so we got a while. Who
So
got the
since it's four
question?
of us,
One quick thing I want to make note before we get to the question. Christian Gonzalez has started holding out of training camp with New England.
Nice.
I'm
Hey, the
honestly
man.
surprised he didn't start or wasn't holding out already. I give him kudos for trying to stay active and continue to develop his craft. But now we're in a steering contest between Witherspoon and Gonzalez, who have the same agent, and the Patriots and Seahawks. So be curious to see
Hey,
who
the man.
pay the men. They both deserve it.
Yeah, they do.
I think if you guys end up losing Christian Gonzalez, if he has to sit out for a long period of time, obviously he's your number one corner. That's going to have a great impact on that defense.
Well, I don't think he's going to be sitting out for very long. I just question the question is who's going to blink first.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and he wasn't expected to play this first preseason game anyway. So if they haven't got it done by like game 2 or game 3 of the preseason, then I'll start worrying. But until then, I'm not worried.
So for this question, I got it. And I think it's a question that we've gone over before, but it's always a really fun topic. And I want to start it with Josh. And so Josh, who is the greatest fictional athlete of all time?
Ooh.
Greatest fictional athlete. That's good. You put me on the spot. There's a lot to consider. One name that comes to mind first is the mighty Bobby Boucher.
I thought you were gonna say Airbud. I swear to God.
I
He's gonna go Buddy the dog.
I knew that would be a very Ian response. I knew Ian would love Airbud. Let's see.
10 minutes.
Like Bobby Boucher comes to mind. He was terrorizing defenses for that mid-major school in Louisiana, the Mud Dogs.
He averaged 30 sacks a game, or 20.
Ridiculous. I'll take a Scotch water. Hold the Scotch. So Bobby Boucher comes to mind first. Oh man,
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore as well.
Julius Campbell.
Julius Campbell.
Yeah.
Well, no, Julius Campbell's not a fictional athlete.
No, that's true. No, right. No, that's right. He was that whole team was based off of actual people. That's true.
Let's see. You know what?
Adam Banks.
Adam Banks.
If you say Charlie Conway, he was a bitch.
No, yeah, don't say Charlie Conway. That was our whole thing.
I would be remiss if I didn't name Lightning McQueen. He went to a dominant run through the
Cup. That's probably the best answer we've had yet.
He put up some numbers, but I think I'm going to trust my gut here and go Bobby Boucher. I think he also didn't touch a football until he just generational talent. You can't you can compare that to someone like Joel Embiid who didn't touch a basketball until he was 16 years old or whatever it may be. I think I'm gonna trust my gut. I'm sort of blanking on. You guys are naming some names, and I'm recognizing some of them, but I'm not recognizing all of them. I'm gonna
Rocky
go with
Balboa.
I was thinking Rocky as well. I've seen a few of them. I haven't seen all of them. I don't know about Rocky's record.
Rocky got fucked up a few times, bro.
Oh, he got fucked up every single movie. He got fucked up, and then eventually he either won by decision or split decision, or got lucked up because he got angry. That's all it took.
Also, I'm trying to remember his name, but the character that Nelly played in
Megan.
Longest Yard.
Earl Megan.
Yeah.
Earl Megan.
He was real shifty on the field, looking like a young Bijan Robinson out there.
What about Shane Falco?
That's the replacements, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. I remember we had that DVD when I was little. I remember seeing that around. Yeah, I'll go Bobby Boucher. That's my pick. He says that Captain Insano shows no mercy. We'll go with Bobby Boucher.
Give me 1 second. I'm getting a call. You guys keep going. I'm getting a call.
I'm gonna roll with Happy Gilmore. And the reason I'm rolling with Happy is obviously I know golf's not the physical sport that football is, but for speaking of never picked up a club, Happy had never even picked up a club, could drive the ball 400 yards, ended up winning a professional golfers tournament. That just speaks to the character that he had. I love me some Happy Gilmore, man.
Not to mention
Obviously
he beat the
Bobby.
shit out of Bob Barker
No, he got the shit kicked out of him by Bob Barker.
after he beat the shit out of him.
The price is
Um,
wrong. Bleep.
bitch. Obviously Bobby Boucher is a great answer. Like you can't go wrong with Bobby Boucher
You
as
really
the greatest fictional athlete. I think that's phenomenal. I'm just gonna roll with Happy Gilmore just to play devil's advocate.
I know that's two. That's two for Adam Sandler there. For our go, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, fellas.
No, you're good. All crew. I'll go 3 for 3.
There you go.
Paul Cruz a good one.
This tough one.
Air Bud. Air Bud.
No, I'm not picking that. He dominated like middle school. Um, he was killing kids with little cute shoulder pads though. I was thinking Apollo Creed because he was really, really good. We got about. I keep getting a call. You guys just keep talking about it. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'll be
You're
right back.
good. He said Apollo Creed. I am a little more familiar with the Creed movies though, the recent ones
Yeah,
with Michael B. Jordan, Adonis Creed. Every time I see him, those all those movies are phenomenal. So throw a shout out for Adonis Creed as
I
well.
I feel like we're missing somebody huge, and I can't put my finger on it.
Another sport. If we're thinking of sports movies, another sports movie that was big in the Blackwell household was Rebound with Martin Lawrence when he was the basketball coach. That movie is S tier for me. I love that. And if we're talking about coaches, I'll put
Oh,
I can't think of his name,
But let me just get my answer. Let me get my answer real quick. My bad.
God damn it.
My my it's not gonna be long. My pick for number one fictional athlete, Calvin Cambridge.
oh man,
great
but he's got
answer.
to be wearing
Great
shoes.
answer.
Gotta be
I got
wearing
Go
an
ahead,
even
shoes.
better
Justin.
one. Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Oh man, didn't
He played
he
for the
went
Yo,
Dodgers.
pro?
I
He went
got one.
pro.
I got Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was another movie
Uh,
that that's another movie that Ian put me on to was He Got Game with Denzel. Love it. Ray
no,
Allen.
who is it? Derice from Cool Runnings. He was dope.
Keith
What
Bannock, yeah.
about
But no,
Johnny
but he was
Tsunami?
based on a real character though. My bad.
Oh, it's true.
Who's another one of them dudes that I mean, well, Michael Irvin when he played old boy in
Deacon
fucking
Moss.
oh
Yeah.
no, Stone Cold's character. That's how a
Oh,
white man runs the
oh
football.
no. What about Kevin Nash coming off the edge, but after he took the estrogen pills?
He said, "Well, you ain't." Both teams are trying very hard. Well, you
Roy
ain't on
Hobbs.
D, are you, bitch?
Roy Hobbs,
Roy,
Roy Hobbs.
Roy Hobbs, who's that?
the natural.
Right. I've never seen that full movie.
Henry Rowan Gardner.
I was just gonna say that Henry Rowan. What he used to
Gonzaga,
call him?
you're in.
Rosenbagger.
All right, mom. No.
How much time we got in?
Shout out to another one who was based off of an actual person, Donnie Hinson, A League of Their Own.
Is that there's no crying in baseball?
That's the same movie, yes.
Okay. I know the quote.
Oh, you know what? As if we're talking about coaches, Coach Ken Reeves from The White Shadow, played by Ken Howard. It's a basketball show from the 80s. You can find the entire thing on YouTube. It's really good. I accidentally stumbled across it one time. No, what's his face from Rebound? One Love. One Love is
One
shaking.
love.
One Love is baking.
That's crazy.
Um,
And then yeah,
the Little League coach from Hardball by Keanu Reeves.
there you go.
Ricky
yeah.
Vaughn.
Who?
What's his name?
Are you talking about Keanu Reeves' character? Can't think of his fucking name. Rick Vaughn is another good.
Rick Vaughn's a good one.
Rick Vaughn.
Willie Mays Hayes.
Connor O'Neill. Connor O'Neill.
Connor O'Neill. Wait, who's he?
He's the coach, isn't he? From Hardball? Keanu Reeves'
Oh,
character.
is that
Connor
what his
O'Neill.
name was in the movie? Oh, they called him O'Neill. Yeah, yeah. You're right. They called
Ian,
him.
weren't you big into Eastbound and Down? What about Danny McBride?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Kenny.
Penny
Powers.
No,
Powers.
hey, you know
Kenny
what? That
Powers.
might be the answer right there. You're fucking out.
Penny Powers.
He said, "You happy to be traded to New York?" You know what? I can't repeat that next one. He said, "What? Jew
Gr-
York?"
Great
Oh
answer.
God.
Penny Powers was the man.
I
Bro, that's
actually
fuck.
a while back earlier this year I watched I got into The Righteous Gemstones, which is the show on HBO Max with HBO with Danny McBride. But I started watching a couple episodes of Eastbound and Down. I should probably get back into that.
It's a it's a funny show.
Also, I'm a huge fan of The Office. The Office is one of my favorite shows, and
Yep.
that the basketball game between The Office and The Warehouse, one of the best episodes. Jim Halpert was busting Roy's ass in that game, and then
Yes,
Roy
he
started playing
was.
dirt because Jim was trying to show off for Pam, and Roy didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that too much, and he
I have seen that
started
episode.
playing.
We got a minute
Yeah.
left.
I'm
Anybody
with you on
wanna?
that one. I'm with you on that one, Josh. The Office is one of my favorite shows of all time.
I actually have a shirt of Jim. It's like a kind of like cartoon drawn shirt, and it's Jim like dribbling the ball. It says Jim Halpert. He's got a big head. I love it. Office is goaded for me. Shout
All
out to
right.
Jim and Pam.
So we don't get cut off like the Sopranos. It's been a real one, fellas. Anything anybody want to add?
Don't
Fuck
forget to
Philly.
bring a towel. Enjoy my
I,
fantasy league.
I
Fantasy
miss.
league. You seven four locos.
It's not going to be the same without Russell Westbrook in the league. Now I feel like it's only going to be a couple more retirements that are going to be hitting like that over the next couple seasons.
And what do you tell them
LeBron.
every time, Casey?
Fuck Philly.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. Good job, everybody. Hold on.